So welcome to our Vata balancing practice. So Vata is the time of the fall when the temperature drops much colder and also when there's a lot of wind. So we're going to place our palms on the lower belly, so below the navel, and just above the pubic bone. It could be a seated posture if we feel low energy. It could be lying down. So it's really important to practice a nourishing yoga practice. It can be strengthening but without depleting. And bringing your attention to that region of the body below the navel as we're breathing, nostril breathing. Feel the breath moving all the way down into the lungs and the awareness in that region below the navel, just above the pubic bone. With this awareness deep within the region of the pelvis, we're strengthening the element of earth, which gives us a sense of stability. And it allows us to be present. Throughout the practice, bringing our focus to that region just above the pubic bone. Now the gaze is below the horizon, so we can strengthen that sense of stability. To create warmth, focus on the inhale. Lengthen the inhale. And visualize that warmth as we focus on the inhale. As we lengthen the inhale, we'll create a very balancing warmth. And visualize that warmth going all the way down into that region of the pubic bone or region of the pelvis. Fully present here, we're going to slow down, but still build this balancing warmth. And our affirmation could be tender warmth. You could visualize the sun and its light and a tender sunshine. So let's come to a seated position. position with the legs in front of us. We'll do a lot of also fluid movements. So here, hands behind the hips and just a little bit of windshield wipers, seated windshield wipers. So we're focusing on this region below the navel and just above the pubic bone, and focus on the in-breath. You may be familiar with Ujjayi pranayama, which is a heating breath, as if you had sunglasses and you had to fog the sunglasses. You would be doing a big sigh. So creating that slight closure of the back of the glottis and breathing in and out through the nose this way. Nice. So let's come to hands and knees. So the practice is nourishing. We want to strengthen without a sense of depleting ourselves. So for each of us, it'll be unique. A few cat and cows. Inhale, focus on the inhale, longer inhale. Exhale, rounding. And a few more, cat and cows. So we need warmth. We need a sense of stability. Gaze below the horizon. Coming to your neutral spine, and as we exhale, just come a little forward, bend the elbows, maybe very small. You can also keep the arms straight, and as you inhale, straighter arms. So if it feels a lot, just come a little forward. You could even straighten the legs instead of bending the elbows if you want, a little baby crocodile. If bending the arms in this position feels too much, just straighten the legs as you exhale and then inhale, knees down. Exhale. So some of us may prefer straight legs and knees down. If it's okay to be in this position and bend the arms, as you exhale, bend the elbows, okay? So many ways to build up that internal warmth. And you could even alternate if you want, one time bending the elbows, then straight arms, and then exhale if you want, straight legs, and as you inhale, knees down. Very nice. Let's come to a child's pose. And if you prefer, of course, we always have the option of the puppy, downward facing dog, where the hips are more up in the air. Focus on the in-breath. Depending on how much internal heat, warmth we need, maybe lengthen the in-breath, and of course Ujjayi pranayama, which means the victorious breath, because we're here, we're present. Very nice. So coming to your downward facing dog. And then walking the feet to the outside of the hands, just little steps there. And just a moment in our forward bend so we can completely relax the upper body. Now take the feet hip width apart. Heels underneath the hips and bend the knees, relax into a forward bend. Just a more gentle version. So the hands are outside the feet. And then step the right foot way back. Some of us will choose the back knee down. And then bring the arms in a T shape out to the side. Nice. And exhale, hands down next to that left foot. Let's take an inhale here. So we're just fingertips touching the mat. And as you exhale, open the arms out in a T shape. Inhale, hands down. Exhale, arms out in a T shape. Inhale, hands down. Just fingertips touching the mat. Exhale, out to the side. Long neck. Inhale. Exhale. So the incline of the upper body makes us work a lot. Inhale down. Exhale out. Nice. Take the hands next to that front foot. Lift the back leg. Inhale. So we're gazing at that grounding earth. And as you exhale, right foot down and fold. Let's drop the hips really low. Lift the torso. Inhale, torso, arms up. And as we exhale, hands to the outer hips. Remember that our focus is below the navel, just above the pubic bone. And gently lift the rib cage. Feel the earth underneath the feet. Lengthen and feel that little stretch release in the region below the navel. Focus on the in-breath. Inhale, bring the shoulders over the hips. Exhale, fold. Relax into your forward bend. So we're taking that left foot to the bottom of the mat. And of course, it can be done with the left knee down. So engage through the inner thighs. Imagine you're hugging a yoga block between the inner thighs. And as we exhale, arms in a T shape. Maybe below the shoulders. Inhale, hands touching the mat. Just fingertips touching the mat. Exhale out. Inhale, hands down, and it could be just hanging. As we exhale out. Inhale, hands below shoulders. Right underneath shoulders, exhale out. Inhale, lower. Exhale out, and 2 more breaths. Inhale. Hands underneath shoulders, exhale out. Inhale. Exhale out. Inhale, hands down. Lift the back leg. I know it's a lot of work. Relax the upper body. And as we exhale, left foot, top of the mat, and fold. Let's bring the hips really low, torso up, inhale. And again, hands to the lower back. So awareness below the navel, longer in breath, and you're taking a very nourishing standing back bend. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, shoulders over the hips. And as we exhale, fold forward. Right foot, right leg up. And then right foot at the bottom of the mat. Come to your plank. And then you could do knees to the mat all the way to the belly. So you're going to choose where to place your hands. This is Cobra. Hands can be ahead of the shoulders, maybe further out, maybe, as you know, the closer those hands to the ribs, the more work it is. Check with your shoulder joints. Now for a moment, just rest the forehead on the mat. Nice neutral spine. Top of the feet pressed down. So we're pointing the feet. Lift the knees. Feel the muscles hugging the bones. The front of the upper body is lifting up towards the spine. And as you exhale, lift the upper body. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. So the neck is long. Inhale. Exhale, up. Top of the feet press down. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. 3 more Cobra this way. Very healing posture. As little weight as you can into the hands. Very nice. So you could do elbows under the upper body or just come up. Inhale. And then any forward bending that works well for you. So really in tune with the prana, the vitality inside. Gaze below the horizon. Now as you inhale, a baby carrot or a carrot. And as we exhale, all the way onto the belly. So now arms in a T shape. Maybe below the shoulders, okay? And we're going to lift. This is Shalabhasana. So feel that region of the pelvis connected to the earth. We want to make sure the shoulders are higher than the ankles. Watch to not lift the ankles too high up. And if the hands, the legs are just a little bit up, that's wonderful. It can also be done with the forehead on the mat. We're holding and breathing. So longer in breath. Very nice. So you can do hands next to the ribs. Another way to come up could be forearms underneath the chest, and then inhale up. And you can choose any forward bending of your choice. Child's pose. Puppy downward facing dog. Maybe standing forward bend. Very nice. So here we're going to come to the outside of your right hip. So from downward dog, you could just turn to the side. And if you need padding, setting that up for yourself, okay? We're going to come all the way to the outside of this is our left hip, and the left arm can be bending underneath us. Flex the feet, lift the legs. Now as we're pressing down through the outside of that left hip and arm, there's a little bit of space here underneath the lower side of the body. So the muscles are hugging up. And then this hand, top hand, can press into the mat. And as you exhale, lift the legs a little higher. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift a little higher. Inhale, lower. So this is our side carrot. As you exhale up, inhale, lower. Awareness in that region of the pelvis. Exhale up. Exhale up, and longer in breath. Focus on the in breath to bring that tender warmth. And the image, of course, can be that tender sunshine. 2 more breaths. Very nice. So roll onto your belly. Your way to come up, it could be forearms underneath upper body and lifting the hips. It can be inhale, cobra, or upper facing dog. And as we exhale, downward facing dog. Any forward bending. So we're staying really close to the earth for that sense of stability, but we're still also creating a lot of heat. So in our downward facing dog, or whatever position you are, bend the knees, drop to the outside of your right hip. So we're stacking shoulders, hips on top of one another. Bending that lower arm. Flex the feet, and as we exhale, legs higher. Inhale, legs lower. Exhale, legs higher. Inhale, legs lower. So we're repeating this way. We're slowing down. Intentionally, no music. So we want to reduce stimulation. We want to reduce excessive movement around us. Movement even comes, for example, in the form of talking. Talking is movement. Overthinking is movement. And it can really deplete us of nourishment when it is excessive. So let's do 2 more breaths here. Very nice. Onto our belly and your way to transition. Inhale, back bending, perhaps. And as we exhale, any forward bending. So if you have any padding, put that to the side. And then we're going to take that right foot to the inside of the right hand. Your way to bring it there, maybe first on the knees, right foot there, torso, arms up. We're going to work on balance with the gaze below the horizon. So you can use the wall, a sturdy furniture. We're going to very simply, as you exhale, lean forward, lift the back leg, so gaze at something still in front of you. And then we're bending the leg, drop the hips, inhale. Lean forward, lift the back leg, exhale. Nice, back foot down, inhale, drop the hips. Awareness in that region of the pelvis. Exhale up. Inhale, lower. Feel the warmth that builds up. Exhale up. Inhale, hips lower. Exhale up. And just 2 more breaths. Slow movements. Nice. Back foot down. Take your hands on either side of the front foot. Come to your carrot. Maybe stillness, maybe rest, maybe a little bit of movement. Now, before we do the second side, come onto your knees, feet wider than the knees, and come to that left form. And we did this yesterday. We're going to do circles with that right leg that we just worked. Make sure you're taking the hips enough towards the wall behind you. Relax the head completely. Fluid circular motion. And then let's go in the other direction. So that dryness that comes with the wind, the colder temperature, so lubrication. Strengthening with a sense of nourishment. Good, and for each of us that is a little different. Maybe child's pose. Focus on the in-breath. Longer in-breath. So let's take the left foot to the inside of our left hand. Some of us will choose back knee down. Inhale, torso, arms up. And then arms in a T shape. Maybe with the assistance of that very steady wall or furniture. Inhale, we're focusing on the in-breath, hips low. Lean forward, back leg up. Inhale, drop the hips, lean forward, exhale up. Drishti, gaze below the horizon. Inhale, exhale up. Inhale, so we're slowing down, hips lower. Exhale up. Inhale, dropping the hips. Then lean forward, exhale up. Inhale, last 2 breaths. Lean forward, exhale up. Inhale, dropping the hips. Exhale up. That's it. Back foot down. Hands on either side of our left foot. And you can do downward dog or a restful posture. A posture where there's a sense of nourishment. Nice. Breathing in. Breathing out. So we're taking knees to the mat, hips on top of the knees, and then feet wider. The right forearm perpendicular on the mat, so towards the left hand. And as we lean to that right side, bring the knees together, bend that left leg, and in circular motion with the left leg. So the hips towards the wall behind us. Intuitively, we all do the practice of balancing the opposites as it gets colder outside. The way we dress, the way we nourish ourselves is changing. Let's do the other direction. So the soups in the winter are such a favorite because that dryness is also affecting us. So let's do circles the other direction. Relax the head completely. Very nice. Knees down and maybe a child's pose, maybe downward facing dog. So we're going to come onto your knees, and maybe it's okay to sit on the ankles, and if it's not, just kneeling in this position. Thumbs in the palms, and we're making a fist with the thumbs in the palms. And then we're going to place those two fists below the navel, just above the pubic bone. And then hopefully you can sit just for a moment with this fist position there, forehead on the mat, and breathe in a long breath this way. Just to bring greater awareness in the seat of the earth in the body. Lengthen the in-breath. Two more breaths. And coming up, shoulders over hips. So here, we're going to do form plank or carrot. And if you rather instead do another shalabhasana, another locust this way, absolutely, okay? Maybe you don't like this position. Elbows underneath the shoulders, feet hip width apart, and of course it can be knees on the mat. And here we go, we're breathing. So we're facing the earth for stability. We want to strengthen without depleting us. Two more breaths here. Very nice. Bring the knees down. And then come onto hands and knees. Downward facing dog. We're going to take that left foot to the inside of the hands and turn to the inside of the legs. Just a few long breaths here. Relaxing the upper body. Relaxing completely that upper body. And if the feet are too wide, then it becomes harder to balance here. Let's bring the hands to the mat and turn the feet just 45 degrees and go out to the side, keeping the arms on the inside of the right leg. Bend the right leg, drop the hips, and here we go, feeling that seat of the earth. Just two breaths here. And then coming to that second side. So it's a rare position in our everyday life fully, fully present. See how that feels. Two more breaths. You can relax the head. Very nice. Turn the feet towards the front and then top of the mat. Yes, that's it. So squatting. Take the feet as wide as you want. Malasana. So many variations of this. And then we're taking the hips on the mat. So make sure you're comfortable. We're going to lie down. So sitting on the mat and slowly on the back. Ankles up. Point and flex the feet. And we're taking the lower legs parallel to the floor. Feet flex, knees above the hips. Lift the upper body. Nice. If it's a lot, interlace the fingers to support the weight of your head. In a way, this position is more work because of the weight of the arms. Maybe this is okay. As you exhale, extend that right heel down. Inhale up. Exhale, extend the left heel down. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. So you're alternating. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. One leg at a time. And as you bring the knees, when both knees are maybe a tiny, tiny squeeze, tiny lift of the whole region of hips, pelvis. Just if you want a little bit more additional heat and strengthening. Very nice. Blissful baby posture. Head on the mat. Breathing. Let's do circular motion now, both legs together. Being present, slowing down. So important. Reducing stimulation. So we're going to take a left heel to the bottom of the mat and twist. Open the right arm out to the side. Right leg over to the left side. Here, all the muscles relaxed. onto the back. Let's hug the knees. Feet flat. Before we do the second side, just come into your bridge. Hands down towards the heels. Once the hips are up, steady gaze. And feel right and left side working very much the same way here. Slowing down, so important. Longer in-breath. And hips down. So right heel, bottom of the mat. Hug the left leg. Open the left arm out to the side and twisting. Visualizing that tender sunlight. And maybe we're able to actually, with our own eyes, see that tender sunlight. Let's roll onto the back and hug the knees. So we're going to practice meditation, just a structured, formal, with intention practice of acceptance, awareness, being present, maybe in a seated position. You can choose maybe on your back. It could even be sitting on a chair. It could be our back against the wall. Any comfortable seated position. We're going to do the earth mudra, just the index and middle fingers touching the earth. So what I like to do, this is Bu Mudra, the earth mudra. Our two peace fingers just connected to the earth. And we could gaze below the horizon, maybe close to us. So it could be our natural breath, if that feels nurturing. Some of us may prefer the focus on a longer in-breath. actually moments of thinking, and sensing also that open, receptive spaciousness between the thoughts. And we're going to slowly transition to Shavasana, corpse posture. So the stillness may have dropped our internal body temperature, covering ourselves, opening palms up here as we're receiving the tender sunshine. Relaxing into the support of the earth. Playfully observing all the different dimensions relaxing. Jaw soft. Letting go. Gratitude for each of you. Gratitude for the infinite, formless, luminous spaciousness. And may all forms be safe, healthy, at peace, free and joyful in the whole cosmos. Namaste.